Good evening, folks. This is Deb Delapanner, and this is your Shut the Fuck Up. I couldn't resist slipping one of these in this week, and we're going to talk about two of my very favorite Republicans, if that's possible. The first one we're going to talk about is Ron DeSantis, and the second one we're going to talk about is Lauren Boebert, whatever. Probably just be easier to call her the national embarrassment. But let's start with today's whining, sniveling of the day from Ron DeSantis. So apparently Chuck Schumer has scrapped the dress code for the Senate, which actually I didn't even know existed. I'm not big into dress codes. Anybody who works with me will tell you I'm really fucking irritated that we have to wear Ace Hardware vests in the store. People generally fucking know, okay? They know where they're shopping, okay? And I don't like it. I do it, but because I don't want to argue on dying that hill, but dress codes don't mean anything to me. I don't think the way a person dresses, somebody's got a nice outfit on, it doesn't mean you're a better person than me. I don't think that way, and I don't think that you have to be dressed in a fucking suit to be an effective senator. So, with that being said, Ron DeSantis was on the campaign trail, and he apparently has a problem with the way John Fetterman dresses. So listen to this little tirade here. Okay. This is what he said. I mean, these are the words. It's not the whole, statement. That was much longer and more obnoxious than this, but this is obnoxious enough. Okay, so he says, the U.S. Senate just eliminated its dress code because you got this guy from Pennsylvania, that's Fetterman, who's got a lot of problems. He wears like sweatshirts and hoodies and shorts. We need to be lifting up our standards in this country, not dumbing down. I agree. We definitely need to be lifting up our standards in this country, not dumbing down, but not in the clothing area. We need to lift up our standards in this country for people who get to run for office. We're going to talk about that in a future video. There has to be a baseline level of decency, a basic level of character in order to run for public office, in my opinion. And so, therefore, I agree with him on that point. We're just not in agreement on what his idea of elevating, what word did he use? Lifting up our standards, okay? We don't agree on what those standards are, okay? Ron and I don't see eye to eye. And as far as dumbing down, I mean, if you've looked at the state of Florida and the education program, the idea of dumbing down may have been developed by Ron DeSantis. So I agree with him there too, but in order to not be dumbed down, you'd actually have to teach the truth about slavery, not that there were benefits to it or that Black people benefited from slavery. You'd actually have to acknowledge that it actually happened. And, some of the shit that you're teaching, keeping books out of people's hands, that's dumbing down. That's a classic example of dumbing down. So shut the fuck up, Ron. And by the way, on my hard drive, I went looking for this after I read your statement. I have a picture of you in white leather go-go boots and a picture of your wife in a leather jacket with the state of Florida, etched into the back of it, and the words, "Where woke goes to die." Now, if I were you, I'd worry about what you look like, not what John Fetterman looks like. We're good with John Fetterman. We like hoodies and cargo pants. We do. I wear those to work all the time. So that's number one. He can shut the fuck up. He can shut the fuck up forever if he wants, because I really have no use for this guy. But now let's get back to Lauren Boebert. I never know whether I'm saying the name right, and I really don't care. I could do one of those, look it up online like I usually do when I want to be careful, but I don't want to be careful about her because I can't stand her. I just have to say, I've been on the planet for damn near 70 years now. she's going to be one of the 10 most irritating people I have ever encountered in my life, anywhere, whether it's on a screen, in a store, on the street, in a car, okay? So she has abruptly broken off her relationship with Mr. Touchy-Feely because of the headlines, you know? And she also made the commentary that she's going to check party affiliation before she dates again. Because, you know, she's already blamed her divorce for her behavior at that public venue for the showing of Beetlejuice. And she's already blamed her eccentric personality for what she did at Beetlejuice. And so now she seems to be coming up with a third reason for why she did what she did, which is the guy was a Democrat. Not only was he a Democrat, but he runs a gay-friendly bar where they do drag shows. Because, you know, Lauren Boebert, she has broken the cardinal rule of MAGA land, where you consort with the enemy. Now, I don't know whether she's actually consorted with the enemy in that way. But, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But she would have just been better off saying, look, hi, yeah, I'm a lowlife. I have absolutely no class. You know, look what I married, okay? The guy whipped it out and showed it to me in a bowling alley. I don't make very good decisions, which is probably why I probably shouldn't be in government. And I'm an embarrassment to my nation. She could have just fallen on her sword. And she wouldn't have looked so blatantly stupid. She is a 36-year-old woman. And I honestly really do not care what anyone does with anyone in their spare time. In their bedrooms, in a van, in a car, at the beach, whatever. You know, that's your personal life. I don't care if you have sex with a Republican. As long as you're not related to me. And I don't really care if you vape, but you just can't vape in an enclosed venue and blow shit around the room. You can't vape in my store. And she was caught yelling on the way out, don't you know who I am? So she could have said, I'm an entitled little bitch while she was at it and owned up to it. But nobody in the GOP owns up to anything. And nobody in the GOP stands up to anyone else in the GOP and does anything about anything. Because there are plenty of people in the GOP making a mess right now who could use a little kick in the ass, but they're not getting that. No, sir. Because you know what? The GOP only cares about its survival. And, you know, those who don't care about just surviving, they're MAGA and they're lunatics and they are fascists and they want an authoritarian ruler in place. It's as simple as that. We don't need to go any further, okay? So let me just say I'm going to try to get back on another video within the next couple of days because we want to talk about this sham of a movie, The Sound of Freedom. I've kind of stayed out of this, but there are some developments here. And I think it's about time we talk a little bit about that. We're also going to be talking about the role of the media and how they're falling flat on their faces every day when it comes to Donald Trump and the Republican Party. But that's for another day, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great night.